everyone, my name is Hailey and I'm the creative weirdo behind the foiled plan. Now I'm super pumped today because this is my first ever YouTube takeover for Auntie Tay's channel. See what we did there? I've got to tell you, this feels totally surreal because I watched Auntie Tay's videos when I first got my Cricut, and that is how I learned to use it. So the fact that I'm now on her channel absolutely blows my mind. I'm just waiting for someone to pinch me or wake me up from this crazy crafting dream that I am clearly having. But for now, I'm just gonna roll with it. Before I get into the actual video, I thought I would take a second to introduce myself so you could get to know me a little bit better. So I'm from a small town in southwestern Ontario, Canada, and I started my business in the beginning of 2018. As you can tell, I love the color purple, but I also love creating foil tutorials, craft room hacks, DIY tutorials that are as cheap as they are easy to make, tech talk videos, as well as Cricut tutorials, and so much more. Now, I'm the most active on my Instagram page, but I did recently start a YouTube channel, so if you're interested in hanging out with me a little bit more, the link to my channel will be in the description box below. I hope to see you there. Now, before you go ahead and do that, you're definitely going to want to hit subscribe on Auntie Tay's channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of her videos. Now that I've rambled for a minute and a half, let's get to the actual video you came here for. So I am going to show you how I registered and became a member on Auntie Tay's website, how I downloaded SVG files from the site, uploaded them into Cricut Design Space, and then created a super easy project using them. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your web browser. I'm using a Mac, so mine is Safari. Then you're going to type in anyrthing.com. And once that redirects you, you will see the revamped Auntie Tay website. I'm just going to make this full screen so you can see how stinking cute it is. And I got to show you this. If you click on my team and scroll down a little bit, you will see myself along with the rest of the awesome Auntie Tay team. And I think it's funny because everyone seems to have such cute pictures, and then it's just me being a dork. But that's me, so oh well. Alright, so to become a member, you're going to click on Members, and there is options there, but if you just click on Members, it will take you to this page, and then all you have to do is click that teal, turquoise, bluish, seafoam green button that says Click Here. Then it's going to take you to your two pricing plan options. The first one is Craft Day Creators, and it's $8 US a month. It's perfect for someone who is just crafting for fun and doesn't plan to sell any of the products they make. You get access to thousands of SVG files, product launches, 20% off shopantietay.com, hundreds of planner printables, and discounts to partner stores. Now, if you're someone like myself, you're going to want the business membership, which is $13 US a month. You get everything in the Craft Day Creators tier, commercial use of all the SVGs so you can sell what you make, weekly business podcasts, printables, logos and design elements for branding, as well as the opportunity to be promoted on Tay's social media. So because the business members plan is the one that's going to be right for me, I'm going to go ahead and hit select under that pricing plan option. Then it's going to take you to the sign up page. You'll have the option to sign up with Facebook, Google, or with an email address. I've chosen to sign up with my email address. Now this part I've already done, so my computer has an autofill option that will remember my email and password. But when I did it initially, it was super easy. Literally just typed in my email address, created a password, and that was it. So once you do that and you hit the login button, it's going to take you to the payment page. So you have the option to pay with a credit or debit card or PayPal. Now, we're going to skip this part because there's no way I'm going to show you my credit card informations. Sorry about your luck. But once you put in your info and you hit buy now, it'll redirect you to this page that says, thanks for your order, your payment is being processed. You'll get an email once it's confirmed. Now, just to show you how speedy that was, literally as soon as that popped up on my screen, I opened up my phone, and sure enough, the email was already there. Now that I've become a member, I want to download some SVG files so that I can create a super easy project. So on the Antitay website, you click Members, and the last two options are Craft Day Creators and Business Members. So whichever pricing plan you chose, you want to click that option. I'm choosing Business Members. The reason I'm clicking this rather than SVGs and printables right away is because I need my unique coupon code in order to get those SVG files for free. To find my unique coupon code, after I hit Business Members, it redirected me to this page here where, as you can see, I have done some strategic editing, and where my coupon code is just a blue box that says coupons. But that's going to be the spot where you can find yours. So now that I have my code, I can go ahead and hit SVGs and printables along the top menu. And it's going to take me to this page that has all of the SVGs my little heart could ever need. So I decided to make a project using one of the SVGs from the Mickey Love bundle. So I clicked Love under the categories, scrolled all the way to the bottom, and voila! So all you do is click on the SVG bundle that you want, and then hit Add to Cart. As soon as you do that, your cart is going to open up at the side of the page, and you can click View Cart. Now it does say that my subtotal is $10, but once I hit enter a promo code and type in that unique code that we found a moment ago, and then click apply, you will see that the total is now 0. Now, when you hit checkout, you will still have to put in your name and phone number to confirm your account, and then you can click place order. On the next screen, you just click download next to the bundle you want to download, and it will automatically go to your downloads folder. So that's how easy it is to download SVGs from the Antitay website. Now I'm going to show you how to upload those SVGs into Cricut Design Space. So first I want to launch Cricut Design Space by clicking on the green logo up on my top toolbar, and then I'm going to enter my login information for my Cricut ID. Immediately I'm going to click on New Project and then Upload, which is at the far left side. I'm going to click Upload Image. Then I'm going to open up my Downloads folder, and I'm going to drag over the Mickey Love SVG bundle, and once that background is lit up green, I can drop it. When this page comes up, you have the option of changing the item name or adding tags, but I'm just going to click Save. Then it will be the first item in my recently uploaded images. I click that and then click Insert Images. Now, because this uploads as an SVG file, everything is grouped together, so I just click once, head over here, and click Ungroup. Now I can click and drag a rectangle around any of the ones that I want to get rid of, and I'm left only with the one I want to make a project with. Now I plan to use heat transfer vinyl and put this design on a canvas, so I measured my canvas and decided that 6 inches was going to be the perfect width for my project. So I resized the SVG using the size menu at the top of the page, and then I clicked Make It. Now, as I mentioned before, I will be making this design using HTV and putting it on a canvas. So because it's going to be ironed on, I need to click this mirrored button so that everything is backwards, because once I put it on the canvas and iron it on, it will be the right way. Once you click continue, whether you're using a USB cable or Bluetooth, the program will take a moment to connect to the machine. I always have my dial on the custom settings so that I'm prompted to set my material. I'm using Antitay's patterned HTV pack for this project, so I'm going to select the setting Iron On, Patterned Iron On. Once you've set your material, you're ready to load your mat. Make sure you have your pattern vinyl with the fun side touching the cutting mat. That's the part that should be stuck down, because remember, we turned our mirror setting on, so the design is going to be cut backwards. When the cut is finished, just hit that button to unload the mat from the Cricut. And now you're ready to weed the design. I personally like to flip the mat completely upside down and then peel the mat away from the vinyl rather than the vinyl away from the mat. That way I'm not putting any creases in the vinyl. Now I'm just going to flip over my sheet of HTV so that I can see where my cut lines were, and then I'm going to take out my paper trimmer so that I can only cut a small spot around where my cut lines were. That way I can still use the rest of this sheet of vinyl and I'm not wasting anything. You could just use scissors, but I prefer to get that perfectly straight line, and then everything looks sort of neat and tidy. Next, I'm just going to take the packaging off the canvas that I purchased for $1.25 at my local Dollarama. If you're unfamiliar, Dollarama is just a chain of dollar stores that we have here in Canada, and I'm obsessed with it because it is where I get most of my blank items for my projects. Now, a lot of times people will turn these into reverse canvases, which involves actually removing the frame and attaching it to the front of the canvas. But I'm going to show you a technique today so that you can keep the canvas exactly as it is, and you can still apply that heat transfer vinyl using pressure, and you don't have to worry about stretching the canvas or making it sag from pushing on it. But before we get to that, I'm just going to weed my design. And I find with heat transfer vinyl, especially this pattern stuff, it sort of pulls away from the transfer sheet like butter. All you have to do is take your weeding tool and just pull up the one corner, and then once you get an edge up, you can really just pull the rest of it off. If you have to take any centers out, you can go ahead, use a Cricut weeding tool or any sort of tool that you have that would do the same trick. I absolutely love the way this SVG design turned out with the pattern vinyl. I'll be honest, I was a little bit nervous at first because I wasn't sure how the pattern would translate and whether or not you would still be able to read the design, but especially once I put it on the canvas, the colors just worked so well together, and I think it's still really easy to read. This is definitely a project that I'm going to have a hard time giving away. Anywho, in order to keep my canvas from stretching or sagging in the middle, I'm going to take a bunch of sheets of cardstock, enough so that when they're stacked together, they're about the same thickness as the canvas itself. I'm going to lay it down on my craft desk, put my heat-resistant mat on top of that, and then I'm going to take my canvas and push down on top of that, just to make sure that when I'm pushing on the center, the canvas doesn't bow. Now I can take my design and I can lay that on top. Now I like to make sure that my design is perfectly centered on the canvas, or as perfect as it could be. So I take my ruler and then I just measure in from both sides to make sure everything lines up. Now we're ready to actually apply the vinyl. So I'm just using my regular iron, but you can of course use an easy press or a heat press if you have something like that. When I'm using heat transfer vinyl, I always have my iron on the highest dry heat setting. I use light pressure, and I'm careful to move my iron around the piece fairly frequently so that it's not in the same spot for too long. Then, using the tip of the iron, I like to go around the edges of the whole piece to make sure that they are stuck down. If when you try to pull back the clear sheet, it pulls the vinyl up with it, just go ahead and stick that back down and continue the process of ironing. Now this can take a little bit of time, so just be patient. When you're pulling back the clear sheet, it's important to go nice and slow and be as careful as possible, noting any spots that start to lift. If the vinyl appears to be all stuck down, continue to pull until the sheet is completely removed. And voila! That's all there is to it. Well, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Maybe it'll inspire you to become a member on Auntie Tay's website so that you can create awesome, easy projects just like this one. If you aren't a member but you'd still like to purchase things like this HTV pack, feel free to head over to shopantietay.com and use my code TheFoiledPlan for 10% off your total order. Once again, I just have to give a great big thank you to Auntie Tay for letting me take over her YouTube channel. I had an absolute blast and I can't wait to do it again. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Hailey from The Foiled Plan, and that's all I'm gonna say. Bye!